Hello, welcome to the Loney Show. I'm your host, John Loney, and in this episode, I have brought on regular Eric Taylor. And as for our guest, he's from Atlanta, Georgia. He's an actor, voiceover artist, SEO expert, and one half of the hip hop group Tag Team. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you DC Glenn.
Hey.
Great to have you on.
I'm going good, man. I'm doing good. How you guys doing this evening or this morning?
Still good, still good.
It's all good.
Just enjoying my first week back from holiday in Brazil for 2 months.
Where'd you go?
Unbearable. I've been many places in Brazil. So I went to Goiânia, where most of my family are based, and then traveled up to Brasilia.
Yeah, we went to Rio, and that was interesting. We were doing shows in the jungles of the Amazon. I was like, whoa. You go up the mountain and you got a soccer field. You come up on a soccer field. It's got 100 speakers on one side, 100 on the other. We had fun though. This is back in the 90s, but it was a blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how's your life going?
Well, my life is very, very fulfilling because I love to learn. And I'm one of those persons who, people think, yeah, he sings Whoop, there it is, so they must be rich. And that's further thing from the truth. But I have never given up, and I've always fought. And going through life when things aren't as easy for me as they are for other artists or seem to other artists, I appreciate that because it made me who I am now. And now I have mastery in so many things because I never gave up, and I'm always willing to learn something new. That I stand before you just involved in so many things that if I told you what I do in a day, you'd be like, how do you have time to do it all? So we've been riding this for 30 years, and it's rare for an artist to write one song for 30 years and still be relevant today as it was back 30 years ago. So my life is good, to answer your question.
Well, 30 years must have been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was only alive for like 2/3 of that. It's wild, really.
Yeah, I mean, Loom came out in 1993, and we've just been grinding on it ever since. And every year it's in a commercial, every year it's in a movie. And if you expect people to do stuff for you, it's never going to happen. So I, therefore, don't expect that. I'm ready to do whatever I got to do to learn how to make me some money with my entity that I have. That's what I'm going to do. And
That's right.
Yeah. So we're always touring. We're always doing stuff. So we make a good living.
Great. Tell us more about the things that you've done for the past 30 years or so.
I mean, you name it, man. We've traveled the world. Just a lot of shows. We're entertainers, so we do basketball games, football games, soccer games. We do. We're constantly touring, and that's kind of what it's relegated to. But we also get to, like I said, every year it's in a movie, every year it's in a commercial, and every now and then it comes a big commercial, or a big movie, or a big TV show. And during that time, I've always been learning how to do other things like voiceover. I'm an actor. So learning all these different crafts so you're not just pigeonholed in one thing is what life is all about. And people got to realize that it's okay to suck at first, right? Because you're going to suck at first. So I'm not scared to do anything because I know eventually I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to get some type of mastery over it and make some money off of it. So recently, it's just one thing after another. We do parades. We've done, the biggest one is the Geico commercial during the pandemic. And then I'm in about 4 or 5 movies that I can't talk about because I'm on a non-disclosure agreement. And a couple of TV shows that's about to come up that we're on a non-disclosure agreement, but they're worldwide entities. So I stay busy. Like today I got up, started working on SEO. Then I had an audition. Then I had another audition. Then I had a mastermind. Then I had another mastermind. Then I cooked me something to eat. And now I'm here doing a podcast. So I'm a motivational speaker because I do so many podcasts. I've honed my message. Now I inspire people because I let them know that as long as you're breathing, there is nothing on this earth you can't do. And
Wow.
people need to hear that. That's just how I see it. I think different. I'm sorry. Like I want it to be hard because I know nobody else is going to do it. So all it requires is work. And I've always worked. Hustle.
Absolutely. I completely understand that.
Me too.
Yeah, so that's the fun part to me though. The part that is so hard is the funnest part to me. Because I don't care about being a star. I've been a DJ all my life. So I was a star when I was young. Wasn't even a star, but I watched people become stars and treat people like crap. And then when they fail, I'd watch the very people that they treat like crap revel in their demise. And then they never come back. And I vowed never to be that person. I vowed to be the same person. I vowed to keep my ego in check. I vowed to kill my pride, right? Because pride is the thing that holds you back. Pride is the thing that makes you argue with people and want to win the argument. Pride is the thing that keeps people from going to the doctor when they know they should go to the doctor. Pride does us a disservice in so many things in life. And I've watched it kill so many people that I vowed that will never be my thing. So I humble myself. And when you kill your pride and take your ego out of it, your mind is truly open to every possibility imaginable. And that's what life is about. Achieving practical goals. Practical. They're not that hard. You just make them hard.
I'll be honest. If I ever became a star, I don't think I can ever see myself being real cocky about it. Personally, for me.
Nah, because it's not. It amplifies who you are, right? So if that's your thing, it's crazy because I had a young lady call me today, called a tag team phone. She was like, "Are you taking any artists right now?" I was like, "I don't even do that." I was like, "But what you trying to do?" She was like, "Oh, I want to be a singer. I know I can sing, but I'm not good to do this. And I don't know if I could do that. And I'm trying to do, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if I could do this and this and that." And I was like, first of all, stop. You just gave me 15 reasons why you can't do something instead of telling me one reason why you can. How many people we know like that? A lot. People are full of excuses. People are full of, I can't do it, or there's a reason I can't do it, or there's a reason I can't do it because I don't want to put in the work. I said, all you had to do was call me and say, "Mr. Please, can you help me understand the music industry?" The fact that you said please, I would have had to help you, or I would have been an asshole. So I said, okay, I'm going to send you a link about the music industry. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and that's everything is in there. You can learn about the music industry. Call me back in a month, and we'll see. Now I'll just wait to see if she calls me back in a month. And if she calls me back in a month, then I know she's serious. Then I'll help her, right? But if she don't call me back, she's not serious. That's how I test people. Because my time is valuable because I want to spend it learning. Now, if you want to learn along with me, let's go. But if you don't, I don't have time because I am having a ball, dancing, singing, rapping, doing concerts on the weekend, doing SEO during the week, doing voiceover, being active this week on NBC. I have an incredible voice and I have fun because I get to do a whole bunch of things a little bit. So none of them become a job. That's how I've always fashioned my life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your hip hop group called Tag Team.
So Tag Team made a song back in '93 called "Whoop." There it is. It's every year. Huh?
I've heard that song.
Yeah. Everybody's heard that song. We actually performed in England. I never forget, it's one of our best shows ever, Leicester Square. It's a club called the Hippodrome. It probably ain't there no more, but I'll never forget that. And that was probably one of the greatest shows we've ever done. And then we did press all over London. We did press all over England. Then we went to Germany and just traveled all over. So whoop, there it is. Went 7 times platinum. We had a lot of fun and it has not stopped. I thought I was gonna die, but I knew it wasn't gonna die when I'm sitting in a movie theater in 2003 watching Will Ferrell dance on the table to the Christmas movie Elf. And I knew right then that that movie was gonna last forever and my song was gonna last forever. So it's up to me to go get my money. And I've never expected anybody to do nothing for me because I know people are not gonna do anything for you. You can never expect people to do stuff for you, or you will always be disappointed. So I'm just raise my hand and say, I got it. And that's what I've done. Started running my life like a corporation. Became a licensed commodities broker. When I was DJing, I was like, let me figure out how to be the promoter. Let me figure out how to do the radio spots. Let me figure out how to do the television spots. I'm your light guy. I'm your sound guy. See, if I had a job back in the day, I made myself invaluable. So if you fired me, you'd have to hire 10 people to do all the stuff I do. See what I'm saying? So Whoop, there it is. It's been a blessing to me, but my work ethic and my hustle, it's been a mutual relationship because I sustain Whoop and Whoop sustains me. And just have fun, have a ball.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions you want to ask DC, Eric?
What inspired you to pursue all of this, to do all of these things? Like what?
Because my mother and father worked me so hard when I was a child that as a grown man, I don't fear work, right? So we had chores. We had to rake the leaves, mow the lawn, cut the grass, cut the hedges, clean the clothes. We had to do everything.
Oh, okay.
And I appreciate that so much because me as a grown man, I will do whatever it takes because it ain't nothing but work. You see how practical that is?
Yeah.
But most people will be like, I'm not about to do all that extra work. And I tell people, if you're in a job that you hate, learn everybody else's job. Because there's going to be a day that somebody gets fired. The boss is going to come in and say, where's such and such? They're sick. Man, I need somebody to do this. I'll be like, I got it. I got you. You make yourself invaluable. And most people are like, I ain't about to do all that extra work. But what happens is, even if you get let go, you have made your transition to the next bigger thing easier because you have a toolbox full of knowledge, all those skills that you learned doing everybody else's job at the other job. So that was your training ground for the next big thing. So everything I've done from a kid, from doing the paper route to working at an ice cream shop, to working at Mile High Stadium, football stadium, selling Pepsis, to doing all the grunt work, prepared me for the things that I'm doing today. So there isn't anything that's hard for me because I'm willing to put in the work. And it's that simple. It's that simple. So just remember, man, everything I'm saying is easier said than done. Right. And I tell everybody this, it never, ever, ever gets easier, but it does get better. And that's all you can ask for in life. As long as it keeps getting better, you good. I don't want it to be easier, but as long as I put in the work, can we get better? And you're getting better because things come to you and you start accomplishing things. You have success, and that's not luck. That's hard work. And the fact that I can do it by singing a song and traveling the world and having a great career, and I'm 56 years old and I feel like I don't even have an age. I feel like I'm just starting. I feel like I'm 21 because there's so much out there to learn. There's so much possibility. And, people are, what do you want, DC? And I'm like, I want it all. I want it all. If I can't have it all, hey, at least I tried. But I want to thank you guys for letting me come on here and run my mouth a little bit because I learned more from talking. So,
well, it's great. It's great to have you here, of course. And yeah,
I mean, anytime.
Hey, we could probably catch up in like a year when you guys are the biggest podcast in Europe, the radio show in Europe.
Absolutely.
Hey, it could be
done.
Can
dream.
Yeah, it could be that. You could dream, exactly. And I'm telling you, dreams become reality. I made it happen a whole bunch of times. But I got to get to my dinner, gentlemen, and I know it's past 12 there, so I bid you adieu and thank you for having me on. You good?
Anytime.
Cool.
And until next time, stay tuned for more.
There you go.